But I did go to the theater and saw Super Pets today and
Okay.
felt very uncomfortable.
Ah. Oh yeah, I could just bring my kids.
Yeah. I tried getting my friends to go with me who have kids, and nobody was interested. So it's like, oh, all right,
You couldn't
I'll
get
just
friends
go
with
during
kids to
an
go?
early matinee,
Yeah. It's like I'm really into
and then
superhero stuff. I'm really into.
and then a whole row of 5 and 6 year olds are just sitting down, like, oh,
Yeah.
fucking great, fucking great. This is perfect,
Dude,
perfect.
I remember when I was doing stuff for the newspaper, going by myself to watch one of the 50 Shades movies.
Oh my god.
And just be like, fuck it, I'm getting popcorn and candy. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. Fuck this.
Yeah, just try to
Yeah.
enjoy the picture.
I have an owner, and he's Superman.
Let me just iron that out. They should call me Iron Man. No. My dog's the best, but he's not the greatest with other animals.
What is new with you, fellow normal dog?
Tell me about the mission. Did you see anything unusual?
It's above our pay grade. Do I get a cookie now?
Jessica Jones. I saw you.
What do you want to know?
Can you punch through a wall? Stop moving car?
A slow-moving car.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to another Organized Chaos podcast, the greatest podcast in all of human existence. I am Bob, Organized Chaos, and with me is Bobby Quarters. Bobby, how you doing?
It's not so bad, man. Not so bad. Actually, truth be told, I'm a little super excited. This is kind of like, the night before Christmas almost. Tomorrow I'm going to see one of my favorite bands up in Cleveland, so I'm just very excited and antsy.
That's right. It's Fish, right?
Yes.
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 My memory is
Yes.
you said it, and I was like, I'm 99% sure that's it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Fish.
That should be a good show.
Yeah, I hope so. It'll be my first time seeing them in Blossom, and I've never been to a show at Blossom Music Center. Have seen it, and I kind of one time discovered it by mistake with a friend.
No, nice. No.
We were at Cuyahoga for the day, just taking a day trip hiking. And we're just hiking along, going through some trails. We see, I see a center or something. We were trying to find a bathroom, maybe there's a bathroom there, We go in, and next thing we know, we're walking through what looks a lot like a music venue.
Yeah.
And we walk a little
Nice.
further, and oh yeah, this is the lawn. That's a stage, dude. This is Blossom.
Nice.
Hear a very far, distant voice saying, hey, what are you doing here? Leaving.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're watching the video and see me occasionally checking my hand, it's because I fucked up my hand. It might be broken.
Oh
So
God,
I'm
that's
finding
the first.
out.
Yeah, you didn't show me earlier. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
It's looking a little rough.
Ooh.
But we will see. We will see.
Oh.
Got the good old instant report filed at work, so
Oh joy.
yeah.
Bureaucracy.
Woo! But outside of a broken hand, we should have an interesting show. As far as quality, I feel like we range a good gamut today. We're gonna be discussing something fine, something bad, and something pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'd say something that's all right.
Yeah.
Something that, well, for me, was surprisingly great.
Yeah.
And something else that was just, oh man, I want my hour 45 back,
Yeah.
Bob.
For sure. Yeah. So we will be talking about DC League of Super Pets. We will be talking about Shane Black's The Predator from 4 years ago. Getting ready for Prey coming up.
Yeah, that would have been 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost exactly. I think it came out in September.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll be talking about the first 5 episodes of Jessica Jones. Slowly
Yes.
getting caught up before Daredevil Born Again, which we have time before it, but good to clear out some of this stuff before we're rushing through shit.
Yeah, because, while we have this gap, because now there's a bunch of, after Comic-Con, they did announce a lot of new series that are going to be coming to Disney+, both Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah.
There was one that they did announce today, a new series. I think it might be on now.
What series are you thinking
releasing, I think it's called Andor?
Andor?
Hold on. Yes, Andor.
Okay, yeah, it's the character from Rogue One. Yeah, I'm interested to see what that's like. He wasn't one of my favorites from Rogue One, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It could be interesting.
It could be interesting, and it could be nice to get a few more layers on that character, but also just all right.
Yeah, no, I would be much more interested. I don't remember the character's name, but Donnie Yen's character in that movie.
Yeah. Or but I mean, I'd be okay with it if Alan Tudyk is there with him.
Yeah, I am much more on board if he's there.
Or just it follows Alan Tudyk, the assassin, the bounty hunting droid.
Yeah,
I would be also very much all right.
I'm cool with Alan Tudyk. Period.
Yeah. Even that series that he did for a short while where he pretty much played himself.
Yeah. I actually have not seen that, but I've wanted to see that. Yeah, Con Man.
I've caught a few episodes of it. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, it's called...
And it's even better...
to people...
And even the ones with Nathan Fillion on it are really funny, too.
And to the people listening, it's called Con Man because he is a convention man.
Yep. He makes his living at conventions off of a show that was very, very popular, but only had a 1-season run.
Yes.
He does have a co-star who was on that show with him who has had a fairly moderate, successful career after it, who is portrayed by Nathan Fillion in the show.
Although I do think that's interesting that they both had fairly big careers after it.
Yeah, they do.
What it's worth. They've probably been the two most successful.
I mean, I'm sure some would argue that, Nathan has had the far better and the more successful one. But I mean, yeah, sure, with, appearances on screen.
Yeah.
Now, however, with voice work, Alan Tudyk just kills it in that department.
Well, and as far as TV, it would definitely be Fillion. But movies... I'd have to go more for Tudyk, mainly because all the voice work he's doing in movies.
Yeah, well, there's even one joke, I think probably one of the most, quoted, I wouldn't say one of the most quoted, but it's definitely something that is always quoted whenever Dodgeball is brought up, is any Steve the Pirate reference.
Yes.
And Steve the Pirate was played by Alan Tudyk.
Yes. And Dodgeball is awesome.
Dodgeball is a great movie.
Yeah.
But just as Alan Tudyk, he's a pirate.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, he is a pirate that plays dodgeball.
I mean, I don't even know why or if he was written that way, but, I just imagine, Alan couldn't find anything, but he found this pirate costume. I'll just show up and wear this. This will be fine.
And they're like, oh, it works.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious, dude. Way to improv.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a pirate now.
But,
And Alan's just thinking, I went to Juilliard. I could do this.
Are we ready to head into some news?
Yeah. Let's get into the news.
So Jon Stewart's been making the rounds. Once again, Republican senators are holding up veterans' funds to help them along because they're assholes. I don't know.
Most of which are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't know of a nicer way to put it. A lot of these Republicans in the preliminary vote voted for it. And now it's to the actual vote, and Jon Stewart's actually on YouTube pointing out a lot of their hypocrisy because they're saying, oh, they changed it in between the two. And Jon Stewart's like, I looked at it. No, they didn't. You guys are being assholes.
Yeah, pretty much. I need to find it, but I did see one Republican member. Up here it is, Marsha Blackburn. Yeah, she admitted that she did it only just to agitate Dems.
Yeah, no, that's mainly what Republicans do. The opposition party.
And a lot of other ones are definitely echoing that, which is just Yeah, it annoying.
Yeah, they're fucking over veterans just to own the Dems. They can go fuck themselves. Just seriously. These are
Yeah.
people who have fought and injured themselves for our country, and you are going to fuck with them just to own the Dems? I mean, it's childish, and I am grateful that there are people like Jon Stewart who have a voice, who are able to say, this is bullshit, who are able to call it out for what it is. He has a great 9-minute speech that's on his YouTube channel, The Problem with Jon Stewart, which I believe is an Apple Plus show, which I don't have Apple Plus, so I don't get to watch it. No. But he also did I think yesterday he posted a response video to Ted Cruz talking about why he couldn't vote for it, which was also great. And yeah, I mainly just wanted to give a shout out to him because I think it's great that he comes out and really fights for the veterans. Because goddamn, these Republicans surely don't give a shit.
Yeah. Back in I was just out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this shirt at a head shop that said, Jon Stewart for president 2008.
Yeah.
And I wore that thing proudly because he's somebody, I'd say that in my high school years, there's two people that I genuinely have to thank for A, awakening me to politics, and B, giving me a better understanding of them.
Mm-hmm.
And one is Mike Burkhart, or Fat Mike of No Effects, Political Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
And Jon Stewart for really helping me understand it better.
Yeah. Well, his run on the Daily Show was amazing. Yeah.
And yeah, sure, a lot of people would definitely look at it and say, they just mostly did, satirical takes on it, not actual news takes or anything like that. But no, Jon reported what he believed to be the facts and his opinion on it. But he also broke it down and just explaining, for absurd things that would happen in either the House or the Senate, for example. He would, give a satirical and comedic take on it. But with that, he's also, kind of pandering to his audience, but by doing that, explaining it to him. Because most people are watching it for the channel for a laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also getting informed.
Yes.
And comedy has always for years definitely informed people on things by making light of situations and other things, mostly in satire. But yeah,
sure.
Jon Stewart, I absolutely give Jon Stewart nothing but admiration and respect.
Yeah, I would probably have to say he helped me out with politics quite a bit. I was kind of politically intrigued before him, but yeah, he was great. George Carlin, of course, was a big influence for me for that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. George told me what the monster I would be against.
Yeah.
He explained what he told me that there's a monster and it's called politics.
And I know there's
among other things, George taught me.
I know there's a great old interview between George Carlin and Jon Stewart back when Jon Stewart was very, very young, and it's probably on YouTube and it's worth checking out because they're just two legends at this point. They're just
yeah.
But
there is a GIF of Carlin I've had quite frequent use of lately.
Yeah.
And it's from one of his later stand-up specials where he's like, boy, these conservatives sure are something, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, as he got older, he got much more angry. And it's one of those things where at the time, I don't know if I was 100% with him. But as times have gotten by, I'm like, oh, he's just ahead of the curve because now I'm with him 100%. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, now I'm like, God, where are you now, George?
No shit. You need to lead the way.
I mean, there are people out there misquoting you, sir.
Yeah, no, there are fucking Republicans trying to own George Carlin. And it's like, no, he was not
just
one
about
of you. He was not conservative.
That makes exactly as much sense as a Republican senator or candidate trying to use any Rage Against the Machine music ever.
Well, you're thinking of probably a specific example. I don't recall one, but I could see it.
Oh, no. There's several I can use, but I know there was at a convention where they were like, getting down to their music, and I found out about this through following Tom Morello on Twitter. It was like, okay, first of all, this is absurdly wrong.
Yeah.
There are so many things wrong with what's happening right here. They are literally dancing and celebrating about a song that we just are singing about their exact evils. Oh, I can't even begin to describe how angry I feel right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I bet, man.
Yeah. No, people love to misuse music. I mean, the most famous was probably Reagan using Born in the USA for his campaign. It's like, ooh. And Springsteen was like, no.
So, wait, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Genuinely, really?
Oh yeah, no, that was a real thing. He campaigned using that, and Springsteen was like, fuck no.
Oh God, no! I thought it was bad when I heard them use "Fortunate Son."
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of just go, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you can't push me on that one. But
I mean, yes, you are, but it's not a complimentary thing in this song.
No. But are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Because it was over the weekend, right? Yeah, over the weekend we lost two people. We lost Bill Russell, who was a basketball player. I unfortunately am not that up to date with basketball, but I've heard he's a legend, and I have heard of him, so he almost certainly was. If I'm not up to date with basketball and I've heard of him, he was probably a big deal.
I believe he was all-time leader in points. I'm gonna consult the Google right now.
Okay.
He won 11 championships.
Wow.
Wow, he led the Celtics to 11 Wow.
Jeez.
Whew. The single most devastating force in the history of the game, as a coach, Red Auerbach, had said. Oh, God.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah. According to more results from Google, it said, why is Bill Russell important? The Rush. Bill Russell's legacy blends basketball, dominance, activism, and laughs. NBA legend Bill Russell died at the age of 88. The Rush examines Russell's larger-than-life basketball account. It seems like it's reading the headline of their article. But yeah, wow. So, 11 championships.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Whoa.
Yeah, that he is a big deal.
Yeah, wow. Played in this late, it looks like the 60s were his years of predominance.
But he wasn't the only one to pass, unfortunately, and I am familiar with the other person. Saturday night,
as am I.
Nichelle Nichols passed. Star Trek, Lieutenant Uhura, the original. She was 89.
Yeah, they announced it early Sunday morning.
Yeah, the family announced it I saw it on Instagram, but I don't know if that was the original.
I saw it on from her personal Facebook page early Sunday morning.
Okay. But yeah.
With like the picture with the roses by her star.
Yeah. Well, I think it was pretty much the same post on all our social media.
Yeah. That one took the wind out of me that day.
Yeah.
Well, that one was just, oh.
Well, I mean, her role as Lieutenant Uhura is a big deal. Famously, Martin Luther King Jr. came to her when she was thinking about quitting because they weren't coming up with much for her to do. So she was like, I think I'm just going to step out.
She's just not going to be part of the scenery, yeah.
Yeah, he famously came out and said, hey, listen, representation matters. You're on that screen every week. People are seeing you, working with people in this sci-fi futuristic adventure. We need to be seen as equal parts of everybody. And after that, she's just a fixture with Star Trek. She stayed around until, the sixth movie was like 91, so all 3 seasons, the animated series.
Well, I think, that was the last one with the original cast.
Yes. There was a couple members in Generations, but she wasn't there. I think she's done some fan films, though, so she's stuck around with Star Trek for a while.
And I think she's one that would always do the cons, too.
Yes. Yeah, she was at Cincinnati Comic Expo in 2019, and I did not go to see her, and I don't know why. I wonder if maybe she was on Sunday, because I didn't go Sunday. I can't imagine why I didn't see her. But
she was at a Comic-Con here in Columbus years ago.
Yeah.
And she happened to be getting by the table, and there was a line, and I just happened to be walking past where I saw them between the things, and just happened to look. I looked and just smiled and waved.
Yeah.
She waved back.
Nice.
Didn't meet her, but just smiled and waved.
Nice.
It's like, hello, Miss Williams. How are you?
Yeah.
You are awesome. Hi, ma'am.
Yes, but she is a legend. There's only 3 left of the original crew now. It's
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
As soon as I read that, I was like, just Kirk, Sulu, and Chekhov.
Yeah. Which is.
Yeah.
I remember when DeForest Kelly died in '99. Just like, oh God, no! Now they're gonna start dying.
Yeah. I like I said, got into Star Trek and especially the original crew much later in life. Like I didn't grow up watching it. I always knew of it, but I would definitely younger. I was more of a Star Wars fan. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to love and appreciate both of them equally.
Yeah.
And even the fact that both the creators praised each other's work.
Yeah, for sure.
Is also the best blessing, which I don't know why we argue over it.
Yeah,
both the guys
does get silly. Yeah. Well, I mean, part of the reason why they're both so prominent is because Bobby is getting very choppy. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, you are too a little. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
But part of the reason why they're so prominent is yeah, I know it's slowly fixing itself. We're having camera and connection issues, but hey, we'll work through it. But yeah. Star Wars and Star Trek. Obviously, Star Trek came first, and it was a partial inspiration for Lucas. It was that and like Flash Gordon stuff. So part of the reason Star Wars exists because Star Trek, and then the success of Star Wars inspired Star Trek movies. So part of the reason Star Trek is still very popular and has some great movies behind it is because of Star Wars. So like they really have a symbiosis between each other. They push each other forward, and it's great. They're both great franchises. If you're not watching one because you're diehard for the other one, you're missing out.
You are.
They're both great.
You really are. Take it from like someone who would have been sworn a lifelong Star Wars fan. There is such a limitless world of possibilities and undiscovered vastness in Star Trek that is just so awesome.
Yeah.
It is such beautiful storytelling at its best.
Yeah, it's classic, and it pushed boundaries for the time. So
and it did almost every series did.
Yeah, it's still doing it now. So I mean, I guess we're going off to a little side, but I know William Shatner recently said that Gene Roddenberry would be turning over his grave over the new stuff, and I'm kind of like, it sounds kind of like old man yelling at cloud to me.
It does.
I respect his role in the legacy, but dude,
he does sound like
Star Trek was always about pushing boundaries.
Like you kissed Nichelle Williams on screen at a time where
Nichols,
where that was unheard of.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, I
okay,
I don't
Mr.
know if you
Shatner,
saw it, but I did.
Time to go to
I did
bed.
share that meme where it's like William Shatner. When did Star Trek become all political? And then it's a picture of him. You were there.
You were literally there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of sound a little bit like old man yelling at a cloud.
Yeah, but yeah, he I believe he's like 91. So.
Good Lord, he is.
He's a legend. I'll give him that. But yeah.
Good Lord, he is that old.
Yeah. But are we ready for some Super Pets?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, DC League of Super Pets. This is a movie that is fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. All right, are we ready for the Predator? No.
Yep. Let's move on.
Yeah. No. This is fun. I will say, as a comic book fan, this obviously comic book movies are a big part of this channel. So obviously, this got on the radar.
Yeah, and
it's a comic book movie, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say it definitely was like, it had a lot of those notes in comic movies. Like a lot of the same story beats and everything.
Definitely different side to explore, though. I don't think we've ever seen the super pets in any form. And this is really the only form to truly explore them in.
Yeah, I mean, other than just appearances in books. Now, I don't know how many of them were actually comic book accurate, other than Crypto.
Yeah. Well, Crypto, as voiced by The Rock, is the main character. And yes, he was Superman's dog.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact origin in the comic book.
Yeah, I don't know.
But here he's just from Krypton.
But I'm almost pretty sure. I was kind of convinced at the beginning, or I wasn't. I forgot to check it before we started. But I was almost certain that they were using the original recording from the first Superman movie.
I wasn't sure about that.
It's okay.
See if it was
it sounded like Brando to you too.
Like that. Yeah.
It sounded like
it kind of sounded like that.
Okay,
it's
good.
Just a few moments. So like, could it be just a clip from Brando? Absolutely.
Because I mean, I was just sitting there thinking, like, God, wait. I was like, wait a minute. This sounds really familiar. Like, is this?
Oh, yeah. Now you got me looking it up. Okay, League of Super Pets. Because it's such a short role, it easily could just be archive footage.
Oh, it absolutely could have just.
I guess.
Yeah, it could have just been in like a archive audio.
Alfred Molina was Jor-El.
Okay.
I wonder if he might just be doing a Brando impression.
Well, it was damn good.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Damn
and
good.
I think they add some like age to make it sound like an older recording too, because it seemed like an older recording. It didn't seem like it quite fit, but I mean, it worked because it sounded like the classic Superman sound.
Yeah.
I did think it was kind of funny at the beginning, where like they have the baby in the pod and the dog wants to go in there and can fit, but they're holding it back, and it's like, you know, if the kid will make it with the dog in there, why not just let the dog go in?
Yeah, just let the dog go in.
Which is eventually what they decide. It's like,
but
no, you have to die with us.
Yeah, but it was more like, Jor-El, really? The dog?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Most of the movie we get the Superman origin, and I guess in this version it's more for the Crypto origin. But then we get some evil super pets that where am I going with this? Evil super pets. Well, we get one evil super pet in a League of Super Pets a bit later. Oh yes, because Lex Luthor is getting the orange kryptonite, and the Justice League stops him. But this evil
guinea pig.
Was it a hairless guinea pig? Yeah,
it was a guinea
hairless
pig that lost its hair due to experimentation at LexCorp.
yes, but she's dedicated to the Lex Luthor cause. She ends up getting she gets superpowers, and this group in this shelter get superpowers as well, including Kevin Hart's Ace. Who was Lulu? Was Lulu the guinea pig?
Yes.
Okay, so that was Kate McKinnon. And then PB, Merton, Chip. Yeah.
Who was the
one
turtle?
Of the voice casting I thought was fun.
Who was the turtle?
I think that was Merton.
Merton?
Was that Natasha Lyonne? Doesn't seem right. Or what's it? Oh man, you got me thinking now. It's not gonna say. Maybe the wiki will say.
Maybe. Because did you notice all the curse words that they were bleeping out from the turtle?
That seems vaguely familiar. It's been since Thursday since I've seen this.
Okay. Yeah, I had noticed it. Like, there was one where the one time she used her speed and she was just had to park randomly, and she's like, "How the fuck did I get here?" But it was like a beep, and it's like, I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
Okay, so. Okay, yeah, so Natasha Lyonne is the turtle. Merton.
All right.
Diego Luna is Chip, the red squirrel. And then Thomas Middleditch and Ben Schwartz are the two guinea pigs, Fire and Ice.
Okay, I thought they sounded familiar.
And we also get Keanu Reeves as Batman, which is something it sounded familiar to me until I saw the crowd. I was like, oh, fuck, of course it is.
Yeah, I that was one that I knew it was, and I loved it.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. He's like the badass Batman, but also mildly insecure. It's kind of a nice touch. I like it.
Yeah. Mildly. Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm being nice. I mean,
He's very insecure.
Yeah. I'm Batman. I'm not insecure. What are you talking about?
That better be an official license toy.
Yes.
Or else I'm gonna be furious.
No, but yeah. So this squirrel ends up, or evil guinea pig ends up taking over and capturing the entire Justice League. So it's up to the Super Pets to save the day. And it's a fun kids movie. I mean,
yeah,
that's essentially the whole story, and it's fun.
yeah.
If
it was a good movie.
If you're looking for a big old comic book movie, this probably isn't it for you. But if you have young kids, fun. I know it's getting.
It's a good romp.
I know it's getting really good reviews. I'm not that hot on it, to be honest, but it's entertaining. There were moments where I wasn't thrilled, but overall I'm fine. It's not remotely the worst movie I've seen this year. Not remotely the worst movie on this podcast either.
No. I kind of thought it was very bold of them to include a lesbian couple
for like 2 seconds
as a quick shot. For like 2 seconds, yes, but still, I was like, "Oh wow, that's a bold choice."
Yeah, it's something.
And I haven't heard one bit of backlash over that.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. Well, most of these people are I don't know.
Well, no, they're probably all suffering what they feel is superhero fatigue. But the last one they probably watched was, Infinity War.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are probably all getting upset over their boycott of Black Panther, which is getting dumb.
Well, they're boycotting the Black Panther movie.
Yeah,
now.
It took me a little bit to figure it out. They're doing it because they're demanding that T'Challa be recast. Yeah, that's kind of my reaction.
No.
It's like, listen, it's a creator's choice. I'm sure they had the conversation about recasting him, and they chose not to. Black Panther's getting recast, so, like, don't even worry about Black Panther. Just the character T'Challa is not. And now, after they have a teaser and the whole thing shot, you're going to be like, we're boycotting unless you recast it. They're not going to reshoot the movie for you. So, stupidest fucking boycott ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. I guess you gotta have your priorities, I guess.
Apparently.
But, League of Super Pets is absolutely fine. I guess I don't have a whole lot to say about this one, other than it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it like we said, it was definitely a kids movie.
Sure.
I mean, there were some points that even made adults laugh. Like, I chuckled genuinely a few times at this.
Yeah,
there was a few good moments that did make me laugh.
Yeah, I thought.
And there was some that I felt were very emotional. I was like, oh, well, okay, cool. Yeah. They're putting that in there. That's good.
Batman was a fun comic relief character, which, I mean, he is in this movie. All the Justice League is to some degree, but definitely Batman. But I like how they play it serious, but comic relief.
The little kitten was hilarious.
The little kitten. Who was the little kitten?
I think it was like a kitty or something when it went evil.
Okay, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, there was that scene in the alley where it was like firing rockets.
That's
and
right, yeah.
Hairballs were grenades.
Yeah.
Mostly just because it was like obviously a kid doing the voice.
For sure.
And there was one moment I did notice where I was like, 1, 2, kitty's coming for you. And I was like, ha, ha. And then like chuckling myself like, I'm probably one of the only people who got that reference.
That's right. I forgot about that line.
Because I laughed aloud at that. I chuckled at that, and I was the only one chuckling. So that's what I was like, I'm the only one who watches horror.
Spiritually, I was with you because I chuckled at that too. And then I chuckled and I thought, oh, wow, that actually is a dark reference.
Yeah, that is. Because then I started thinking of all the Freddy Krueger kills and just, this is... No, I need to take this in.
Yeah. Okay.
And not think of Freddy feeding a girl so much until she explodes.
Sure, yeah.
Or the time he turned one into a cockroach.
Yeah. Children's movie.
Children's movie.
But are we ready to talk about another children's movie?
Sure.
The Predator. Children will love this one.
God.
This is fun because the hunt has evolved.
Oh man, this movie sucked.
Yeah, I am 100%. I know last week we didn't quite agree, but this time I think we're going to agree. This was bad. Oh boy.
So we're gonna get a Predator, right? And just super beef him up on steroids. Pretty much make him the suit and not even be creative with it. Like call him the Predator Apex or anything. We're just gonna call him the Super Predator.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you brought up how you didn't like the other Predator species in the last one, and I'm kind of on board with that because I didn't think they did a great job with it. Handled so much better than in this movie, where we just get a 15-foot Predator out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, and I'll admit, it is an intimidating presence,
Sure.
and it's just more of like, holy fuck, that is a big guy.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely made you know where your odds were, like, that the odds were stacked up against, like, the humans in this. But what I really hated the most about it is that it just kind of more felt like it was just shoved in there at the end.
Yeah.
Like, production came in, or, like, producers were like, oh, we need to have another Predator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt very tacked on. Because they were after a normal Predator for the longest time, and all of a sudden that Predator's dead for this Super Predator.
I was enjoying it until the Super Predator. I mean, it's not better than the first one.
Yeah.
The second one's still better than this.
In fact, without doubt. In fact, I will tell you, let's go over something I actually really like about this movie. So, we were introduced to the main character, and eventually he ends up on this bus filled with soldiers with PTSD. And they do, like, the traditional, like, round table introduction. And I actually kind of like all these characters. This group of this kind of shell-shocked, fucked-up soldiers that are definitely past their prime. This feels so Shane Black. This is the most Shane Black thing in this movie. And I like all these characters.
I genuinely enjoyed that crew, that team of people.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, I like all these characters. I don't want to see them die one by one, but obviously we're getting them set up for that. And I'm like, I'm kind of on board. Give me a horror movie where I care about all the characters. I mean, it's heartbreaking, but like, you talk about getting me emotional invested because I don't want anybody to die.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for like a Keegan-Michael Keels or Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane's character to go the way they did.
Yeah.
But man, that was cinematically beautiful.
Yeah, no, those are probably my two favorite of this bunch. But I liked Nebraska a lot too.
Yeah, I did too. He was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Yeah, I love when they have Olivia Munn's character and she's in the hotel room, and like she wakes up and she goes for the gun. And it's like, oh, I won the bet. She went for the gun, and then there's a little bit of struggle with the gun, and then you just hear her click as she pulls the trigger, and there's like this shocked silence, and then he goes, "Oh, I won again! She pulled the trigger."
You did. It's like, what was you gonna bet that I was gonna pull the trigger? No, that you were gonna kill him.
No, it's like these are fun characters, and they're stuck in this movie where so much of it doesn't make sense. I guess I should go ahead and do a correction, because last week I commented on how this is just a sequel to the first one, ignores the other ones. Completely fucking wrong. This one has lots of references to the second one.
Yeah, I was surprised at the amount of references in this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, it's like it could have been a while since you had seen it.
Yeah.
And we were in moment.
It references the second one quite a bit. So much so that we have Jake Busey here as one of the scientists who plays Sean Keyes. And, of course, his father, Gary Busey, was in Predator 2, and he played Peter Keyes. They don't say that it's father and son, but obviously that's what the intent is.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Well, it might be easy to miss because Jake Busey's in this movie, and then he's gone. He has
we see him begging for help.
Yeah.
And then we never see him again.
Yeah, there's no point. He could have been anybody. It was a reference for no goddamn reason. And when I saw him, I was like, I forgot he was in this. Oh, now I know why.
It was probably for the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Which is where it ended up.
No, I feel like probably a lot of this was on the cutting room floor because, like I've said before, this outside of the characters, this does not feel like a Shane Black movie at all. This feels very... it's like a generic action movie, not even a generic horror movie. Like a generic R-rated action movie.
Yeah, there really wasn't too many elements of horror in this, which is something that I kind of really hated about it.
Yes, like, especially when you set up, like, a good crew of guys you like. It's, like, perfectly set up for a horror movie.
It felt more like I was watching an action movie.
Yeah. And not even a particularly great one.
No, not even.
Where was I going at next? Oh, yeah. So, how far do we want to go into the main character's son, Rory, I believe?
It was fairly predominant throughout the entire film, but it wasn't like plot crucial. Which I I was curious why they felt the need to well, I mean, we're talking about it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up, so we're on board. It felt like a major idea in the movie that they never really do anything with.
They didn't flesh it out fully, which I would have been there for, because it seemed like it was more of just how his son was who clearly has, I would say, if I had to take a guess, it would definitely be auditory and, like, other issues. I can't think, the words escaping me. Like, I would say some mild form of autism.
Yeah. Well, they call it Asperger's, and they did call it that. I just don't recall that. Well, I don't think they actually technically call it, but the bullies always make fun of him by saying he has Asperger's. So I'm assuming he actually does have Asperger. Now it's gonna blur together. I'm learning.
Asperger.
Yeah. But I assumed he did actually have that, and it was an interesting idea because we see the bullies knock over all these chess pieces, and his first move is to put them all back exactly where they were, and it's like half-played games, and it's like interesting. And throughout the movie, they bring up the idea that this is actually possibly the next step in evolution, and even so much so that the Predator sees this kid with Asperger's as the ultimate prey. Is like, this is the person I have to take down. And then they don't do anything with it. Like, I was expecting after they introduced that, would the kid come up with some way to defeat this giant predator where the size doesn't matter? No, the kid really doesn't contribute anything. At the end, he's just kind of someone else the father has to protect.
Yeah.
It's like, what was the point of this? I don't get it.
Again, I felt it was something that was definitely, like, alluded to, but not really explored.
Yeah, it definitely feels like something Shane Black would be into, but it's not explored at all. It's just the father is the guy who kills the predator in the end, with Olivia Munn's help.
Kind of.
But yeah,
kind of awesome. That was awesome how they took out that super predator at the end. I will say that was cool.
Yeah, for sure. Is this the worst movie ever? No. Is it bad? Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
But it's also one of those things. It's interesting because I would love to maybe get, like, not even a director's cut, but to get a version that is what Shane Black originally intended. Because there's no way to cut out that super predator or anything like that. I would like to get a version that is just what Shane Black wanted.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see one without the super predator.
Yeah, it feels very tacked on. Or maybe he had a better idea for the super predator than just having him jump up out of fucking nowhere and pull the other predator through a window and kill it real fast. But yeah, this movie does feel like missed opportunity. It's just lots of missed opportunities going on here. What else? Oh yeah. And I did want to bring this up. It's a minor detail, but it drove me nuts. So they have the original Predator strapped down in a lab, and it wakes up, and they don't have restraints strong enough to hold it. They have behind restraints that tears through easily, and it's like, really? Really? You won't put behind restraints that would hold it? So you're fucked if
You
it
have
breaks
had
out.
this. You have had this thing in captivity for how long?
Yeah. And just randomly, it's like, oh, he's awake, and we have no way to stop it. Really? That felt so goddamn lazy.
No, the armband that could go on anybody and turn them into a predator. That felt lazy.
Oh, yeah, the thing added on to the end, obviously setting up a sequel that we're definitely not getting. And here's, I was even kind of thinking about that weird armband thing. Like, do we have a movie where maybe that weird armband thing is introduced at the beginning, and someone stumbles across it and has to deal with a super predator? I don't know if that quite sinks, but it'd be better than just tacking it on at the end. Because it feels like such a fucking afterthought.
No, it really does.
And, like, what are we supposed to get excited for? Now, the main character is going to have this super armband suit so he can go after other predators that he's already killed in this movie?
I don't know. Is he going to be going out in space?
Yeah.
Flying a spaceship around?
Yeah, is there one? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Are we going to get, like, a discounted Devon Sawa person?
Maybe. Who knows?
I would have rather had Devon Sawa. If he played the same as he did in Fanatic, I would have rather had him in this role.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I think Boyd Holbrook does.
I like how you're not opposed to it.
No, I'm not opposed to that either. No.
Because it was like, yeah, Devon Sawa was pretty good. He was good in that. As weird as that movie was.
Yeah, but yeah.
I told you.
It's
I
an
told
interesting
you. It's
one.
not bad. It's interesting.
Yeah, and I just thought of something else I wanted to bring up on this movie. Oh, yeah. The one crew member played by the guy from Game of Thrones, I want to say Alfie Allen, and they introduced the fact that he can do magic. I was like, ooh, how are they going to do something with that later? Because for sure they're going to do something later with that, where he does magic to elude the Predator or something. No. That's the one magic trick he does in the entire fucking movie.
Nope. Well, and apparently at some point off camera, he showed the kid a nudie playing card.
Yeah, but yeah.
We found that out through a line of dialogue. And I was like, oh, hey, Theon.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, wait, is this 2018? You're a good man, Theon. Depending on the year it came out, my opinion would have been different. If it was like some of those earlier years, have been like, what's up, Dickless?
Fuck you, Dickless.
You gonna be Dickless in this too?
I guess he wasn't, but he was introduced as possibly one of the more interesting characters, and unexplored again.
What, in Game of Thrones or this?
Well, in this, I feel like in Game of Thrones he was explored properly.
Very well explored, yes, and I mean, on that subject though, probably one of my favorite characters out of the whole show.
Yeah, definitely the ones that had the most growth.
Like one of my favorite character arcs.
Oh yeah,
definitely my favorite character arc out of the whole show.
Well, he starts out as such a worm, and then by the end, you're actually kind of sympathetic. It's kind of amazing, honestly.
Well, I mean, he kind of was just like kind of a hanger on sleazebag at first, and then he became a traitorous worm. And then at first you're like, you know what, fuck you, I'm glad all this is happening to you. Then that scene happens. You didn't deserve that. Theon. You didn't deserve that. But hey, that guy who did that, he got ate by his own dogs.
Yeah, that guy was bad. And now we're talking about something way more interesting than the movie we're supposed to be talking about.
We are, yeah.
Say what you will about the last season of Game of Thrones. It's not the Predator.
Yeah, it's not the Predator. I would rather watch the last season of Game of Thrones than I would watch this. Because there's still some pretty great moments in that last season.
Yeah, the last season, I believe it. I like their ideas, but Jesus Christ, they half-assed the shit out of them. Man.
They really kind of lumped everything together at the end there.
And you knew, like, it felt like they were trying to get out, because I'm sure HBO was like, yeah, you want more episodes? You want more episodes? No. You want to flesh stuff out properly? No. You sure?
We're going to do Star Wars.
Yeah, and then they don't even do Star Wars.
Wars money now.
Yeah. But yes, the Predator. This is my least favorite one. Would you call this your least favorite one, or do you
Oh,
do you still put Predators
absolutely.
there? Okay.
Oh, these both they're both tied.
Okay. I enjoy the Predators, but yeah, this one.
Predators,
No.
it wasn't bad. It was, like I said, just how they assume. I like this better in the sense of how they introduced the characters of what would be the team for the film.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
liked the team better in this one and how they
Oh, for
introduced
sure.
everybody there. I just kind of felt there was way more missing from Predators.
Oh yeah, no, I actually like the team in Predators. I feel like wasn't even meant to be people you really like, but here these felt like people I actually liked,
Yeah,
and they are just in the worst Predator movie.
it's just kind of like
Unfortunately.
it was kind of the case of like just we can't all be Han Solo.
Yeah, yeah. But are we ready to get to? Well, we've already covered the fine thing, and we've covered the bad thing. Are we ready to get to the pretty damn good thing?
Yeah, yeah. Let's get to the damn good thing.
Yeah, the first 5 episodes of Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Of the Marvel Netflix seasons I've seen, I don't know which I like better, the first season of Daredevil over the first season of this, because I love them both. And they're very different, I feel, but they're both dark and gritty. They both have that going on.
They definitely have like you said, a dark and gritty nature to both of them, but different.
Yes, for sure.
Very different.
It's definitely more psychological here.
Yeah.
In Daredevil, we're dealing more with Fisk and a physical presence and just crime. This is a psychological thing. I think David Tennant as the villain here is absolutely terrifying.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, no, he's amazing.
I'm loving
in
it.
this.
I'm loving every second of it. Like just
Yeah.
watching, like, yes, chew that scenery, David.
Oh yeah. Well, you also have to think about the type of character he's playing. He's playing Purple Man, or I believe he's just called Kilgrave in this series.
Yes.
But his power is that if he tells you to do something, you're filled with an uncontrollable desire to do it. Which essentially, it's like mind control, except with the added psychological effect of making you really want it, so you feel guilty for whatever he asks you to do. So, fun. Lots of people with PTSD from this guy, because such a piece of shit.
Yeah, he really is he is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised also so far of the different actors that I've seen from The Boys.
Yes.
In this series alone.
Yeah, there's 2.
Because Starlight
Yeah.
and Ashley are both in this show.
Yes, before they were in The Boys. Yes. Starlight is well, the case her parents want Jessica Jones to find their daughter, and their daughter is Starlight. And then Ashley is
not actually Starlight. Different character. Different character
I
name.
thought it was the same character. Shit, I'm getting confused.
No. Well, I mean,
No.
they both ironically are from Kansas.
Yeah, for sure. But then we also have Ashley from The Boys, and she's one of Jessica's neighbors. The neighbors are.
She plays such a bitch.
Yeah. Yes, she does. Yes. But Jessica Jones is essentially a superhero private eye. She has super strength, and in this she can jump really high. In the comic book, I believe she can fly. She just doesn't really like doing it a lot because she doesn't like to be out there that much. Play it a bit more low key.
I don't know much about the comics, so you would probably know more on that realm than me.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the comic book, essentially, it's similar and it's different. In the comic book, she actually had a costume and a superhero name. Now, when we first see her in the comic book, it's after that phase. When we pick up in the TV series, that's essentially when we first get introduced to Jessica Jones in the comic book. It's after her superhero phase, after the Purple Man got a hold of her. And now she's like this kind of broken down detective. And what I dig about the character is she doesn't see herself as a superhero. She sees herself as just this terrible piece of shit. But she actually still is a superhero. She actually still is actively helping people.
Just in a different way.
Yeah. Well, even, I mean, you could say she's doing it for money, but there's even cases where she's not doing it for money. Like how she's helping Malcolm right now, which is brutal. Like, in the first 5 episodes, we find out one of her neighbors, Malcolm, has been hired by Kilgrave to be taking pictures of her nonstop because Kilgrave's got a little obsession with her.
Yeah.
And
he pretty much got him hooked on smack.
Yeah. Well, the effects of his powers only last 12 to 13 hours. So if he's going to keep this guy in line daily, he's got to get him hooked on something else. And so he got him hooked on drugs. And we saw a picture of him 6 months ago where he looked fine. And now he looks like a druggie. He's not doing well.
Yeah. And he had moved in 6 months ago.
Yeah. And he's been Kilgrave's spy for that time. And right now, Jessica Jones, last we saw him, he's locked up in the bathroom. And she's just trying to get him
going
clean.
through it.
Yeah. And
he was going through it.
It looked like he had access to some drugs for one last hit, and he threw it in the toilet. And and Jessica's helping him out through that.
Yep, Jessica is a great person.
Well, she's trying. I'm certain she would disagree.
But for what she's doing for him, she's a great person in my book.
Yeah. Well, she's as we already brought up. I don't remember how long she was with Kilgrave. I don't know if it was like a few weeks or a month. But she was essentially his. I don't even know how to describe it. His mind controlled buddy for that period, and during that time, he had her do everything, and she hates it. She hates the person she was during that period, even though it wasn't really her. She feels like it was her. So she's got scars.
Yeah, and she hates him even more.
Oh God, yeah. Well, who wouldn't love Kilgrave? I was about ready to say I love it, and I do love how dark it is. But one of the first things we see Kilgrave do is when he finds a place to stay, and he sees this family, he just knocks on the door. Hey, invite me in. He comes in. They have some kids. Hey, kids are better seen and not heard, and not heard or seen. So go into that closet and just stay there. And they go into that closet and stay there. He's dark as fuck. Yeah. He's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, one of the kids even said that she needed to use the bathroom, and he's like, "Just go in there."
Yeah, and she does. As soon as she gets in the closet, she goes in there.
Yeah, it's just like that power that he has is dangerous, and he is obviously using it to the worst way possible.
Yeah. No. Well, you could tell. In the first episode, kind of sets up how terrified Jessica is of just this guy, because he's he starts telling you to do stuff, and then you're fucked. There's no escape. I guess we haven't even gotten to Luke Cage. So Luke Cage does have a supporting role in this series. I believe he's probably in about half the episodes. And
so far he's been in a good chunk of them so far.
Yeah. He has a bar. He has his superpowers, but he's not really doing the hero thing. He's kind of lying low. Him and Jessica kind of have a relationship. It's kind of on and off fling, it seems like.
Yeah.
We do find out that while she was under Kilgrave's control, she killed Luke Cage's wife, which I don't believe was something even she knew until a bit later.
No.
So she's got some scars from that one.
I'm going to be curious as to how that's going to play out.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen this. As I recall, not well.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm just curious if it's going to be a payoff here or in Defenders.
It's
or
here.
If Defenders will be the fallout.
Okay. It'll be here. Defenders, as I recall, Defenders is kind of the patch-up. But, where was I going? I wanted to bring up something with Luke Cage. Now I'm brain farting on it.
Oh, sorry.
I blame my broken hand, if it is broken.
Was it the fact that those boys came in that bar thinking that they were going to start some shit with Luke Cage?
Yeah. And Luke Cage and Jessica
so
Jones
essentially,
just
pretty much
no issue.
Yeah, so pretty much they fucked around.
Yeah.
And then they found out.
Yeah, and I love Jessica Jones is going there to help save him, and he's actually more powerful than she is.
I mean, my man took a broken bottle,
Yeah.
straight to the jugular,
Yeah.
and it shattered on the
Yeah.
guy's hand.
He just shrugs it off.
Like he just kind of brushes a tiny flake off and throws the dude through a table.
It has been a while since I've caught up with the comic book. As of the point when season 1 aired in the comic book, I do believe Luke Cage and Jessica Jones were married with a kid.
Okay.
Now I haven't read that far into the comic book series. That being said, the comic book series was actually kind of interesting. It dealt with a lot of the issues, and there's a lot of guest stars throughout it.
Okay.
I know she dates Scott Lang throughout the thing, but nothing serious. I know she has. Oh, go ahead.
I was looking up some some comic lore into Jessica Jones for that old costume, and I was curious. I was like, I wonder, and that's what caused me to look it up. And one of the photos I saw was of her in costume kissing Daredevil, but it was like the yellow and black version of Daredevil. Or the yellow and red one.
After what I've read.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, there's probably lots of her history we haven't seen during her superhero times.
Well,
which, there's she doesn't have a whole lot of like.
It's a hairband.
I mean, it's all superhero times really, but like, her times of actually wearing a costume and going by a superhero name very short-lived in the comic book, and I don't think we even get that in the series. I think when she does the superhero stuff, she just normal Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this series. I love Jessica just dealing with this piece of shit guy, Kilgrave. And Kilgrave's got to be one of the best Marvel villains. I mean,
yeah, so far I'd agree.
Whether or not this is strictly canon or it's at least pseudo canon at this point. I think at worst, Born Again will be a soft reboot. I don't think they're gonna reboot everything. But yeah,
I hope not. I really hope that they bring back Foggy and the assistant actress.
Yeah, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I want them to bring back everybody, and with the I think he'd probably do a good job. So I'm okay if they bring back the actor who plays Iron Fist, but I'm okay if they recast him as well.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I'd be very happy if that guy who played Punisher comes back too.
Oh, John Bernthal, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be very okay with that.
Definitely want him back. He was my favorite Punisher by far. And I like Thomas Jane's.
I like Thomas Jane, too. I like him as an actor, and I actually enjoyed his Punisher movie. As kind of hokey and tacky as it was still a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a great movie, but I like him as the Punisher. And he did that little short fan film like quite a few years later, and that was great.
Oh, I didn't know that, really?
Yeah, it's called Dirty Laundry. I believe it's on YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good one. And that's Thomas Jane as Frank Castle in that.
I mostly enjoyed Will Patton in that movie.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy him in almost anything he's in.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah.
He's great in everything.
As like the flunky to Saint. Yeah, he was good in that.
And actually, Travolta wasn't that bad in this.
No, as a villain, he kind of worked in that.
No, I mean, we've seen him play a villain and be absolutely horrendous. Battlefield Earth.
Mm-hmm. Not great in Broken Arrow. No,
Swordfish.
I barely even remember Swordfish.
But I mean, also though, there's times when he plays the villain, like in Punisher, Face Off, where he is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's hit and miss when he's a villain. He's definitely. I feel like he's more
the Fanatic. He was
the hero, but yeah, Fanatic.
Fanatic
was
was the
interesting.
Well, he and Devin were both kind of the bad guys.
Yeah, they were both bad guys from different angles.
Yeah. I mean, you still don't break into people's houses.
No. But yeah, I definitely want, as far as like the original Netflix people back, I want most of them back. Like I said, Iron Fist is the one I'm most flexible on. The actress who played Colleen Wing in the Iron Fist series, though, I would actually really like to bring her back because I thought she did a really good job. I liked her more than him in that series.
I'll admit that one I couldn't get past the first episode.
It's not great at all. Season 2 is better than season 1, but it's not. It's definitely the weakest of these series.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, I kind of feel that the third season of Daredevil definitely starts off very rocky.
See, I haven't seen season 3 of Daredevil yet, so it'd be nice to go through them.
Yeah, that was Daredevil was definitely one that I was like, I waited for those to come out, and I binged them when they came out. Like,
and I'm just realizing, I think the only one of the Netflix series I've seen all the way through, well, Defenders and Iron Fist somehow.
Okay.
Like, Defenders, which was, I think it's a little underrated. I think it's fine. And then Iron Fist, by far my least favorite, and I've seen all of it. I don't know how that ended up happening.
You hate binged it.
Yes, I guess so.
You hate watched it.
Fuck it, I'm going through it now. It must have been something like
Focus.
that. I'm not gonna get through it unless I charge.
Yeah. Well, back to Miss Jones.
Yes.
Like, again, this series came out, I kind of slept on it because I had my own opinions on like Kristen Ritter as an actress. And I found myself just like, I'll watch a few episodes, you know. Like when I started watching this for the show, I was like, all right, you know, I started it. I was like, all right, I'll watch a few and then I'll call it a night, you know. Yeah, no, I watched all 5 the first night.
Yeah. Well,
one sitting very easily.
Well, the first episode ends really dark, but like as we get more into the Kilgrave stuff and just all that he did to Jessica,
and I feel
like,
that. Yeah, and that's really what's keeping me there, because how that story is unraveling and how it's being told. I'm really enjoying like the dark path that they're taking and how they're really not afraid to go there in places. Like, whew. And Tenet is just giving he's giving so much to us in every scene that he's in. And even Kristen Ritter, there's even times where I'm even blown away by her acting. And I'm not a big fan of hers.
Well, I think she does a good job here. I think Tenet, I think it really helps as well. We get so little of him in like the first episode, and as it goes, it builds up. I think we're at least till episode 3 or 4 till we even see his face, and then we start seeing a bit more regularly.
First time we heard the voice, I almost like grabbed my phone and was like, "Dude, is that the doctor?"
Yeah. It's the evil doctor.
Like, I'm watching Jessica Jones and I'm hearing 8.
Yeah.
Is that 8? No, wait. He was
10.
He was 10. That's right.
8 was Paul McGann, the guy who was just in the movie.
That's right. Yeah.
8 was definitely the least used of the doctors.
That's right. He's that guy in the 90s who was there.
Yeah, he had one TV movie, and then like 20 years later, he had a short.
Yeah, and I think he's appeared in a few books on tape.
Oh, I'm sure he's done that. I think they've all done that quite a bit. Thank God Tom Baker's
I know
to do something.
Just to finally do them.
Yeah.
But it's still like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's Tom Baker. I can't.
Yeah, it's like one of the best doctors ever.
Yeah. No, Baker and Tennant are tied with me for my favorites. Really, at this point, I love both.
See, out of the reboot of them, I gotta say Eccleston.
Eccleston really is underrated. I kind of like how scarred he is, because
and how dark and brooding he is. Because I look at it as he's just coming out of the regeneration of being the War Doctor.
Yeah.
So a lot of the War Doctor is still there.
Yeah.
And how much she's giving in that, and
No,
I mean, I liked 10. I liked 11. They were both of those were great. Capaldi was.
I never finished Capaldi. That's the last Doctor Who I've seen.
Yeah, I kind of started tuning out because I didn't like the companion.
I was even fine with Clara, but I don't know.
I hated Clara.
See, I hated
Clara.
See, I felt felt like with Capaldi, like as much as I love the Stephen Moffat stuff that he did earlier, and even throughout 11, I think did a good job. But I felt like with Capaldi, like all the stories got these complex, epic feels, and it's like I feel like that's better. Like at most every 4 episodes or something. Give us some simple stories.
Okay.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that does. I'll give you that. But that wasn't the only reason why. Stephen Moffat leaving the series was also another reason why I kind of stopped watching. I really think that nobody can write a Doctor Who story better than him.
Like when you look at like I was getting a little burnt out on his stuff throughout 12, but like I would say possibly as far as overall writing, I think 11 might have had some of the best stuff, and he was in charge throughout that whole run as well. So
definitely, well, and I like Matt Smith too.
Yeah,
and I kind of felt that Clara should have left the show when he did.
Yeah.
Maybe for the first season of Capaldi, and then bye. Get off the TARDIS.
See, I'm
Get
okay.
Your shit and go.
One thing I do hate about New Who is I feel like they just go through characters just way too quickly. I mean, the longest run we've had for Doctor is 3 seasons.
Yes, we're talking Doctor Who, and I can't believe we're not even bringing this up.
What, the new Doctor, or?
No.
Now I'm really curious.
Bernard Cribbins.
Yes.
Bernard Cribbins.
Oh yeah,
he passed
died
away
not that long
too.
ago, yeah.
Yeah. He played Donna's father.
That's right. Yeah, I recognized his face. I was like, what do I know him from?
Yeah.
Yes,
he had passed away too. Apparently there is going to be a new special that will air around the holidays. I think the new Doctor Who special that they filmed.
Yeah.
He filmed scenes for it.
Really?
And that it will be some of the last bit of work he did before he died.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about Doctor Who, and it just made me think of that.
Well, yeah, I had forgotten about that. Doctor Who is definitely a series I want to get back up to date on, but
I do too. And I mean, I've heard good things with the Jodie Whittaker stuff, and I have no problem with the Doctor being a woman.
Yeah, well, like there's so many.
In fact,
ways
I have
write
kind of
it easily.
I kind of have a faint memory of Tennant mentioning it once that he almost was one a few generations ago. And it kind of was just like written off as just kind of a joke, but also completely possible.
Well,
and in that realm, it's an alien species. It perfectly not out of the realm possibility in my mind.
Well, I mean, people like to take, oh my God, the Doctor can't be a woman. Listen, the entire idea of regeneration was just created so they could essentially reboot the character when the actors want to quit. That's it.
Or recast it.
Yeah.
Or, if the show loses popularity, they could always bring it back.
Yep. Yep.
It was written as like a writer's loophole.
Yep. But yeah, Tenet is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too.
I'd
say that he had some of the best stories.
Oh yeah.
Out of the reboot run.
Well, yeah, the the stuff Moffat wrote for him, I loved. The Tenet stuff with Moffat, awesome. Are you getting musical on me?
No, I was just the drums.
Yeah.
The never.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that, but yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a great arc.
Yeah.
That was a great few episode arc.
Yeah. But anything.
That's one that I'll say that. Oh, just about the Who real quick. That is definitely one that I will start and then just watch that entire story.
Oh, for sure.
Just let it go. But then I realized, wait, they planted seeds for this a long time ago, so I need to go back a few more episodes. Oh, I just need to rewatch this whole season.
You know what? We're going with Eccleston.
Gosh. And also, Eccleston played a damn good John Lennon.
Oh, I've not seen his John Lennon.
I forget the name of the movie where he played Lennon, but he did a good John Lennon.
Anything you want to add for Jessica Jones?
As somebody who is pretty much watching it for the very first time, I love this, and I'm really hoping that Disney can find a way to bring more of her stories out.
Oh yeah, well that does bring up something I wanted to mention because I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast yet. The according to rumors, Daredevil will have
Rumor
a
mill.
supporting role. Daredevil and Kingpin will have a supporting role in the Echo TV series, and
Okay.
Daredevil's storyline through that will be that he is looking for Jessica Jones, that she is missing and he needs to find her.
Okay.
So
I have also heard, well, also from the She-Hulk trailer. I I don't know too many heroes who use billy clubs.
yeah, apparently
But-
he's gonna be in that as well. So he's gonna be a busy guy.
Which, I mean, it makes sense. She-Hulk and Daredevil, both of their day jobs are attorneys.
Yeah, I didn't think about that for sure.
I'm sure, at least. I mean, Matt Murdock has already been introduced to the MCU.
Yes, very briefly,
Which
but
is-
absolutely counts.
Absolutely counts. He saved our boy Peter Parker from getting a brick to the face.
Yes, I'm sure Peter wouldn't have caught it. I'm sure.
Well, I know Peter would have still, but, you know, like,
Well,
I mean,
we don't know
if he was just presenting himself as an attorney, or you're like, here, please allow me and my firm to represent you in this, and then you're fucking hired.
Yeah. Hey, we still don't know if he's playing Daredevil. He might just be mild-mannered attorney Matt Murdock. Remember, he didn't catch the break because he's Daredevil. He caught it because he's a really good attorney.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that. His name is Matt Murdock.
Yeah. How did you catch that? I'm a really good lawyer.
Bullshit!
But
I may or may not have yelled that in the theater at that part.
So, are we ready? Oh, yeah. Did you do a pick for next week?
Oh, no, I did not.
I have something I can
It
throw in
had
there if
escaped.
you're interested.
Okay.
So right now I have Lightyear, which is supposed to come on Disney Plus on August 3rd. And then we have
Okay.
Prey, which is definitely coming out on Friday on Hulu. And then there's that new
All right.
Netflix movie by the writer and directors of the last two Captain America and Avengers movies. Gray Man. That's on Netflix. Are you interested in that one?
Yeah, I'm interested in Gray Man.
Okay. So we can add that to the agenda for next week. So that would give us Lightyear, Prey, and Gray Man. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works.
All right. So that's next week.
Okay.
And then I can talk to you after.
And
podcast.
we're doing the other Jessica Jones episodes.
The week after is when that's on the agenda.
Okay.
We will get to them. We will get.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Anything you want to add before we sign out?
No.
Yeah, no. I think we're good. Everyone have a good one.
Take care.
I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job. I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it. I can't hit stop while I'm holding the freeze frame.